Good afternoon, Northwest, and welcome to the September edition of Husky Headlines. I'm Aaron Tribby.
And I'm Lily Torres.
Hey Lily, have you ever had anything stolen before?
Unfortunately, I have.
Well, Nick tells us why things might be walking off.
With 10 cases of reported theft during the 2018-2019 school year, Officer Richard Spandl explains the different ways students can avoid being a victim.
Over, I would say, the last 7-8 years of my experience being an SRO, we've always had a theft problem in locker rooms, and that comes from leaving valuables out, whether it be clothing or money, sometimes even food. Some individuals will come through and look for those things that are left unsecured. I would recommend removing at least the most valuable things that will fit in your gym lock and secure those with the lock. Just know that whatever's not secured, it could go missing. Secure your most valuable items. If it is that valuable, I would consider maybe not bringing it to school, maybe leaving it at home or in your car.
After talking to Officer Spandl, we walked through the locker rooms on 3 separate days and saw what we could find lying around. Under the supervision of our advisor, we started at 3:55 on August 29th in the girls' varsity locker room. During this time, we found multiple loose phones, shoes, and backpacks out in the open for anyone to steal.
We got one phone right here, another phone right here, if you come in through right over here. 2 phones. Here's a good example of somebody's lock they just left open, even though it's still sitting right there. Right in here we got 2 lockers that are just open. There's a third one that's locked but open. We have one lock hanging off there with a brand new pair of shoes, it looks like. Here's a locker that's completely open. The lock is sitting right on the bag.
The same day, we went into the boys' varsity locker room during practice to see what they left unattended. We saw that many of the boys take their belongings with them to practice, meaning there were fewer items left out. However, we still found multiple open lockers, clothing, and backpacks. While we didn't open up any of the backpacks to see what was inside, they could include items ranging from textbooks to laptops, all of which have value. After checking the other locker rooms on the first day, 48 backpacks, 10 phones, 17 pairs of shoes, and 14 various articles of clothing were found easily accessible to anyone who wanted them. Using estimations based on the average price of each item, we found a value of $9,460 on day 1. On the next 2 days we went, the trend was similar. On August 30th, we found 14 phones, totaling up to $9,800, and on September 3rd, we found 12 phones, 2 calculators, and several pairs of Birkenstocks, Nikes, Adidas, and Vans, ranging from $40 to $80. All totaling $9,020 in value. Adding up each total from the 3 days that we went into the locker rooms, we found $28,420 worth of items left out of lockers. While the SROs and gym teachers have taken many steps to warn students, many still leave themselves open to theft. Leaving large quantities of valuable items out and unsecured makes you an easy target for thieves. This is Nick Swide and Ian Graham for Husky Headlines.
Hey Aaron, have you noticed some of the vertically challenged students in the weight classes this year?
Funny you should mention that. I saw someone that was half my height in the locker room.
It must be because freshmen have new PE options.
I talked to teachers and students about it. This year, freshman students have a choice of what class they want to take for a PE credit. They can now choose from General PE, now called Fitness Foundations, Weights and Conditioning, or Group Exercise.
It was a few years ago that we started discussing the options of giving the freshmen more choices. The big push was from coaches that they wanted their freshman athletes to be able to get into the weight room, which we totally understood. As we started talking, we realized we had an option for the weight room, we had an option for kids who love sports, but we felt like we needed another option for students who don't enjoy sports, that wanted to explore different options for being physically active, since there are so many, and the group exercise kind of is the class that came out of that we said this is more going to be a class that looks like a studio workout at a fitness center, like a Lifetime or a YMCA or things like that.
I chose group exercise because it gave a lot of options that some of the other ones didn't. More like exercise options, I guess. You can go run on the treadmill or like play soccer.
I chose for first semester weights and conditioning, and for second semester group fitness, because I thought it was good for me to actually use like a proper gym.
The advantages of having these new classes and these new options is it gives the students the choice. So when they're in 8th grade, they get to hear about the different options and they get to choose what they think would be the best fit for them.
It's nice having the freedom to do anything that's not just specifically Gen Ed PE, because that can get boring. After doing Gen Ed PE for like 8 or 9 years, it's nice to have a change of pace. I'm already having a much better time in this class than I was in all of the 8 years I was in Gen Ed PE.
With the introduction of new PE options for freshmen, the enjoyment and impact of physical education classes will be in the hands of the students participating in them. This is Aaron Tribby and Allie Brenneman working out this story for Husky Headlines. Hey Lily, what are you doing?
Nothing much. Just got an email and I won a free iPad. I'm clicking it now.
Oh, Well, maybe Melanie will tell us why it's a good reason not to do that.
As teachers and students got ready for another school year, a ransomware attack hit the network servers. The attack extremely hindered school year preparations and delayed students from using their laptops the first week of school.
The outage started August 9th, early in the morning, probably about 2 in the morning. We started getting some emails from our sites that they couldn't connect to things. And our team reacted pretty quickly to those messages, came in, started doing some investigation, and discovered we had a pretty aggressive virus that got into our organization, into our network, and started to spread throughout the network and got into our data center. The team quickly formed and came in and started to mitigate the problem. I'd say probably by about 7:30 that morning. And that happened to be the day where everybody was at Rally in the Valley event. So all our staff were over at Blue Valley West, which in a way kind of helped us because everybody was off the network at the time. It allowed us to secure what we needed to while everybody was occupied with that. We were able to figure out where it came from, which was nowhere near our reach or even in North America. People that send this type of thing out, it's really a business for them. Their motive is to get in and disable so that you become desperate enough to maybe want to pay for all the effects to be reversed. It's almost a modern day mafia, if you will. They're just using cyber warfare and technique to do some of the same things that you saw maybe mafia doing in the past.
The district was able to successfully stop the ransomware from ruining their network system. However, there are still some lingering issues that teachers are working around.
So my classes now can access their online curriculum, so that's all good. The engineering class is still, we're using Macintoshes where typically we'd be using some of the software on the Dells. That is a workaround right now. About 3 weeks from now, 4 weeks from now, it'll be a complete curriculum rewrite. We need to have access to our drafting software.
It was a really frustrating week for me. The number of times that I said, I don't know the answer to that to a teacher or a student was kind of frustrating for me, a person that usually can have an answer or figure out an answer. So it was just kind of I wasn't always sure where to even get the information from, so that was kind of frustrating. So I tried to do as best as I could to keep people up to date on what was going on, but we could only do so much.
Everything was brought up except a couple of loose ends on student lunch fees and some of the fees in Parent View. And what that was is we wanted to be confident that whatever parents paid into students' lunch accounts and whatever fees were paid, we wanted to make sure that financially all of those lined up, all the money was where it was supposed to be, so that when we fired up Parent View, parents went into students' accounts, they saw the correct balances, the correct money they paid in. So ongoing, we wouldn't have issues as parents that first day were sitting there paying lunch accounts. I'm just glad everybody was patient through this, allowed us the gift of time to get through this, and we came out stronger in the end with some added defenses. I think we'll have a good rest of the school year.
After the district dodged the malware, they came out with a more secure network system and an obligation to keep their students and staff safe from cyber attacks. This is Melanie Wilkins and Aaron Avery for Husky Headlines.
Do the numbers 0 and 9 have any significance towards you?
No.
Well, it does to the football team because that was their record last season. Let's see what Jay has to say about how the team plans on turning things around this year.
After coming off an 0-9 season, the Blue Valley Northwest football team is working to improve and play better this season. According to head coach Clint Ryder, the team will be led by a strong group of seniors and starting quarterback Mikey Pauley.
Looking forward to this year. I think we've got a lot of new guys on the field. We also returned quite a few guys on defense, a couple guys up front on the offensive line and out at receiver, but there's a lot of new faces and some key positions, so it'll be interesting to see how we do early on in the season.
I think we'll do good. I think it's more on getting better every day because that's how you get to wins.
The team will be all right. I think we're just going to try to get these wins. So I think this season will be all right, but definitely want to get better.
The biggest challenge of coming back from a losing season is probably getting the whole team invested into the program and believing that change can be made and you can win games.
Well, I just think, after you have a year like we had last year, it's really hard for guys to get ready to go again because it's a long process. And you have to have, the drive to be able to push through after not getting that taste of victory last year. And I really have to commend our guys for really just having the discipline and the work ethic to be able to push through those tough times and get ready for, our seniors for their last ride.
Biggest challenge would be trying to bring my guys back from a 0-9 season and getting everyone ready and bought into play.
After starting the final 3 games of last year, Coach Ryder has high expectations for his starting quarterback, Mikey Pauley.
I think I will play pretty good because I'm going to have a big line in front of me and receivers I can get the ball to.
The great thing about Mikey is that Mikey's a gamer. He's somebody who can make plays that a lot of other guys can't make. He can move outside the pocket. He's got a great feel for where his receivers are, and he's built a great rapport with those guys. So even if the play breaks down, he's got the ability to make some exciting things happen.
I think Mikey will do pretty good. He's definitely shown himself his freshman year, starting the last few games of the season and coming in to the season as the #1 starter right away as a sophomore is a pretty big deal.
I think the biggest thing is that our guys have done everything we've asked of them. They put in a lot of time and effort and energy into this year, and I'm really excited for the prospects of what they could accomplish this year.
The football team is hoping to have a successful season through improvement. Their next game is at Harrisonville on September 13th. This is Jay Oaks and Max Smith for Husky Headlines.
And now let's take a look at our fall sports.
Hey Aaron, did you hear about the new dance team?
Actually, Lily, they're called the Pack.
Oh, well Ian's going to introduce us to the new dance coaches.
It's a new year, new team, and new coaches. Andrea Smith and E.K. Pearson were chosen to coach Northwest's new dance team, the Pack, after the previous dance coach resigned after a month on the job early in June to relocate outside the metro area.
This is not my first time coaching the Northwest dance team. I was the assistant coach for 4 years when I first started in 2008, and then I took over as head coach after that for 4 more years.
I actually coached the Dazzlers for 12 years previously, and then I stopped coaching because I could not figure out how to better balance being a parent and being a coach and being a teacher. So something had to give. That's why I left when I did.
We were excited for the new opportunity of the new team, but we were also very excited to work together, EK and I. We've had the opportunity to work on different teams together and different committees, and we've really enjoyed working together, and we think we work well together. So that was an exciting part, but then also just starting something new and getting to be a part of dance again.
For me, the dance team was something that I really enjoyed when I had the opportunity to do it. So being able to do something creative like that again is always exciting. To get a chance to work with Senora Smith, whom I totally respect, and I saw what she did with the program when she coached, so it was an honor and kind of a no-brainer.
I think that they bring a lot of positivity already. It's been so awesome in practices having them to hype us up, and they have a lot of good feedback. They're really good listeners and they're really big fighters, so I think that they like to listen to our opinions and what we have to say, and I think that they also will fight for our team, and I think that that's really important going into this year.
Smith, Pearson, and the dance team are looking forward to creating something of their own and growing as the Pack.
I think as we go into this new season and we want to create something new and not necessarily recreate the old, I think pretty much all ideas are going to be entertained, and Senora Smith and I will discuss it. We'll discuss with the team and the captains and the seniors, and we're just looking forward to what we can build together that's positive and a source of pride for our school.
And I think the dynamic of being a team has gotten a lot stronger. I feel like we've had so much positivity going into this year, and everybody's really been excited to show everyone what we have, so I think that that's something that's really big for us.
I think I'm most looking forward to just being a part of something new and watching the girls dance. Just our first practice the other day was very exciting to see them all together and already dancing as a team and working together as a team. So just the whole experience I think will be really fun.
I'm looking forward to just seeing what we can bring to our school and help enhance our community.
The team and new coaches are excited to start performing and spreading school spirit together. This is Ian Graham and Melanie Wilkins for Husky Headlines.
Hey Aaron, do you want to trade any scrunchies?
I actually don't have any.
OMG, and I oops.
That's an embarrassment. Elisa, tell us more about freshman myths.
Coming into high school can be rough, not just for those entering into this new environment for the first time, but for those who must accommodate to them. We brought in freshmen and seniors to clarify freshmen' expectations versus the reality.
I heard that freshman year is kind of bad and that the seniors can pick on them a lot.
It wasn't really that bad. If you find the right group of friends, you'll be fine.
Freshman year was easy. It was cake.
Yeah. Actually, freshman year was my prime. That's the only year that I got perfect grades.
Dude, freshman year's easy. What are you talking about? If you think freshman year's hard, you should probably drop out.
Freshman year's pretty fun. I mean, nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, Blaz. Freshman year's awful.
I heard that we have Taco Bell for lunch every day.
I wish, right? But instead of the, you know what, let me
Never
stop.
mind. We're thankful.
I like Taco Bell. I would go there after like finals days.
I've never seen Taco Bell in the school. I've seen Pizza Hut. I've never Taco Bell.
I heard that seniors throw pennies at freshmen.
What? Now you know that's not true.
We throw a lot of things at freshmen.
Penny, at least a quarter. Come on. Right. No, seriously. Even a nickel.
It's more grapes, but other. I mean, yeah, pennies work too.
I heard there was going to be a lot of homework and it was going to be a lot faster paced compared to middle school.
Like high school is the time where you learn time management, so use it wisely.
There's a lot of homework.
It is incredibly
Seriously,
easy.
sophomore it gets a little bit,
it gets
and then
difficult.
junior, look, it goes
Junior,
all
it
the
goes right there, like that.
Okay, all right.
Just take easy classes and you won't have that problem.
I heard that 18-year-old students at Northwest could sign themselves out.
I believe you can do that. As long as you have a mode of transportation that's not walking, you can sign yourself out when you're 18.
If you want to do that, y'all really that pressed to get out of school?
I know some people that do that, but I don't.
I don't think you can do that anymore, can you? Yeah, you can't do that.
I've heard that Northwest is only known for basketball.
I mean, yeah, that's kind of true. We won't stay like the last 3 years.
Yup.
Basketball is amazing, so, I mean.
We are, and you know.
State 3 years in a row, 4 year, here we go. Already know what it is?
Right.
We are known not only for basketball, we're also known for our music.
So I heard you only speak Spanish in Spanish class?
I dropped Spanish 3.
Yeah, that's true. I hate Spanish, so I dropped it.
I spoke English and Spanish.
I did not take Spanish, so we good.
The freshmen clearly have a long road ahead of them. Fortunately, they have 3 years to make their mark on the school. This is Lily Torres and Imran Bengish for Husky Headlines.
Has anyone reminded you recently that you matter?
Actually, that's the Mental Health Board's main purpose.
Let's hear about their amazing events from Aaron.
The Mental Health Board is kicking off the school year by promoting and helping with large school events like the You Matter Festival in August and this month's Home Opener Tailgate.
The Mental Health Board is a group of students who are passionate about mental health advocacy and creating a supportive environment at Blue Valley Northwest. So our goal is to connect both students with teachers and with the resources that they need to get help.
The board, which is about 6, 7, I think it's 8 people now, it's the leadership team that tries to organize everything that the teams do within Mental Health Board and organizes big events, organizes the smaller things like you're seeing right now, just everything we can do.
I think there's lots of reasons why mental health needs to be put out there more and why it's important. It is something that we need to make sure we feel comfortable talking about.
It's amazing to me every single time we have an event how willing everyone is to show up and help out and just give time, and everyone is just so giving, and it's the most refreshing thing.
This year, the Mental Health Board is planning on making changes to how they operate.
I think this year could be a little bit different for the Mental Health Board in that we have a year or so under our belt now, right? And we've kind of learned from our mistakes, learned from the things that we've done well.
Our big focus this year is organization and structure. My part, I didn't do a good job communicating, planning ahead. So just having a set schedule is a huge advantage. I just met with the social media team. I'm super excited for what's coming their way.
What I would like to see happen in Mental Health Board is us reach out to the administration and things like the 0 Reasons Why campaign to try to work with them to experiment on different mental health programs at our school that we can better our community and our school's overall mental health with.
I care so much about the people that I love and the people in my life, and I want them to understand that and understand how important it is that they stay on this earth. And if I can just help one person or one friend get through whatever they're getting through, then I'll feel like I've done my job.
We really want to ensure that even if you don't have any friends, that you can come to someone, that you feel comfortable in some way getting help for your mental health.
The board meets on the first Tuesday of each month during A-Half in the Little Theater. For more information, visit Miss Haggerty in room 403. This is Erin Avery and Jay Oakes for Husky Headlines.
I wish my dad was as cool as those in the Fathers Club.
Same. More dads equals more chicken biscuits.
Nathan tells us about how this new group is making a difference at Northwest.
For many students, school and family exist separately, but the Fathers Club, created last summer at Blue Valley High School, now offers an opportunity for Northwest fathers to bridge that gap.
The intent is for dads to be able to have a very simple way, regardless of if they're introverted or extroverted, to be able to easily press into the school community at their high school, whether that's doing events with the students, the kids, the faculty. Kids, dads, community is kind of the three lanes that we focus on in the Fathers Club.
I'm just a volunteer like all the other dads, and so we just kind of go wherever we're needed. The second day of school, they sent out an email saying that we wanted to hand out chicken biscuits just as a way to say hi, get some energy going with kids, and it was a lot of fun. We'd see kids that we know and we're throwing them chicken biscuits.
Our goal is to come up with dad-type creative ideas. The way I explain it to people, moms are just phenomenal at X and Y and Z, and dads can be a super cool complement at A, B, and C. So not that we're trying to outdo anybody, but that we can complement what the moms have been kicking our tails in for years, quite frankly. We don't want to be this helicopter group of dads that's like, we're just here to hover over the school and freak everybody out or bother or annoy anybody. We want students to see that dads were in high school. We can be just as shy or awkward, so to speak. That happens in the high school walls when we're out front serving chicken biscuits.
If it's making just a small difference in some kid's life, it may just be saying hi. Maybe they're in a position where they're not talking to anyone throughout the day, and if we can do something goofy or silly to make them smile, then I think it'd be all worth it.
There's this community fabric that has been kind of neat, that's been starting from kind of the dad's lens. I know moms are going, we've been doing that stuff for a long time, but it's just kind of a different angle with the dads.
It's great talking to other dads. Sometimes you think you're dealing with things that only you're going through, even as parents. Just like the students are new teenagers, we're new parents too. So it's nice to be able to just talk to other dads.
While the Fathers Club offers Northwest dads a chance to connect with their fellow parents, it also allows for a greater connection to grow with their children.
Me and my dad are really close. He's a really funny guy. He always is making jokes, and all my friends really like my dad. Seeing them coming in and doing different stuff, it gives a little happiness to the day, I guess. So I hope that just kind of spreads to all of the students.
We hope kids really see dads in a different light and see them as a really unique, neat support system to their school community.
I think we'll just kind of see how it goes. A lot of us don't know exactly what's going to happen, but we're just happy to be a part of a parent club.
The Fathers Club hopes to continue making a positive impact at Northwest. This is Nathan Fortune and Aaron Tribby for Husky Headlines.
That's it for the September edition of Husky Headlines.
Have a great day, Northwest.